great it is to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
What legal advice do you need? Oh, did I say that out loud? Sorry. meant to use inside voice. Microphone's off.
She's smart enough to bank it. She might not need it right now, but she'll bank it.
I know
Hey,
if I
I
don't.
greet you with the term of endearment every
That's
time
right.
I see you.
I don't think you do.
Greet me with a term of something.
It's endearment in my world.
Actually, I would find it offensive.
Same.
Now you're over here sowing division. Now what's going on?
Yep. And
You see why they put me in the middle, so I behave.
Can't trust you two on the end over there.
No.
I take no. Yeah,
You start the meeting.
There we go. All right, 6:31. Let's call the meeting to order. Let's do the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Cole.
Here.
Councilmember Schwer.
Here.
Councilmember Wong. Here. Councilmember Nordby is absent, and Mayor Monge.
Here. Thank you. Can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved, Your Honor.
I'll move. Councilmember Wong, second.
Second.
Second, Councilmember Cole. All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you. Presentations.
We have two presentations tonight. First up is the History Cruisers Car Show. I think we have Bob and Fabio here to discuss. You guys,
Come on up.
well, you sweet talk them.
You guys did such a nice job last year, so we appreciate it.
It's a two-way street. It takes all of us to make the thing work.
Thank you.
We don't want to get permission to try it again.
Yeah.
We don't learn, we just keep trying.
Well, every year we throw challenges at you. You got to remember that. We close this street, we open that street, we make you go around this way.
And we're dumb enough, this is our 31st year to try to get it.
Well, thank you. That's quite the accomplishment.
That's where we're at.
Okay.
We're ready to go again.
Everything went well as far as last year's show. You good?
It was a tough year.
Tough year? Better year this year coming up?
Hope so.
Good.
You know, it wasn't the city, it wasn't the main, it was the people. About 2%
Always.
were a serious problem last year.
Okay.
And maybe with the town being open again, hopefully that'll spread it out and smoothen it out.
Good. Oh, thank you.
So everything else was fine. We
Great.
got through it.
Always fun. Everybody comments on it, so it's greatly appreciated.
Because you guys, I know the city's well aware, we are a nonprofit, and it costs us quite a lot of money to put the car show on, but we donate a lot of money also back to the community. And we gave quite a lot of money back to the city, to different things in the city, so it
Thank
worked
you.
very well. So
Appreciate it.
we try to do what we can
Yep.
to try to help everything out around it.
That's small town for us. Thank you.
So how's that going to be
questions?
adjusting this year with being able to now park west of Helen, having vendors and
Yep.
people move down that way?
Yeah, like I said, it'll spread it out, and I've been working with the guys at maintenance. We've got signs, we're gonna sign off Franklin and the church. And we've talked to them, we've got official signs that people can't park there until a certain time, or they can be towed, and it's all gonna be legal, because we can't keep babysitting from 3 o'clock on. I mean, people have gotta learn.
Good.
And, you know, I'm gonna get a meeting with Phil before spring hits and go over all that with him. But we'll be fine.
Great. Thank you.
Well, we're excited to have you back.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Anything else we have to do, or is that?
Just go ahead.
Thank you. All right, appreciate it, guys.
All we need is a rubber stamp.
Boom. Here, let me. Car show is rocking.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Got to use it, so that's fun too.
All right, next presentation is the Planning Commission Annual Report.
Hi, Patrick. Welcome.
Good evening.
Evening.
Patrick?
You'll use that gavel to gavel me out.
I'll keep it handy.
Tag team with your wife on the way home, or?
I did see her on the way back. Yeah, she did a screeching halt on the side of the road. Where are you going? No, she knew where I was going. The first thing I would like to do is I would like to express a public thank you to staff. They do amazing things in prepping and documenting, and I'm sure all of you feel very much the same way. And I hope that Brandy gets to sleep and eat once in a while. That's what I think when I see her trying to grab a bite in her office between meetings. So I really do appreciate that. I did not bring my accordion fold papers, but have a few bullet points. So I'll try and keep it short. And if you have questions or anything further, let me know. In 2023, the Planning Commission addressed the sign ordinance a couple of times. Did an amendment early on in the year, and then another one late in the year. We did a site plan review for Dunkin' Donuts, which sounds like it's kind of fizzled, but who knows? Maybe it just encourages someone else to come. And recommended that approval to the council. We did some discussion about the zoning map and the fact that the current zoning map does not 100% coordinate with the comprehensive plan, the land use plan. And so we had discussion of individual properties and whether or not the city should take proactive action to change zoning in some areas. That was some interesting discussion. Kind of makes you look at these individual parcels and say, oh, didn't know about that, and kind of brings an awareness. I'm not sure that it's going to bring change proactively. We'll have to see about that. But the Planning Commission will bring something back to the council if we feel strongly about something. As of right now, there wasn't a whole lot of outcome from that. We reviewed held public hearings for the Lilly property redevelopment, and an amendment to the 2040 comprehensive plan text, and recommended approval to the council. We had numerous discussions for updates to the zoning ordinance. That will be ongoing, I expect, probably throughout this coming year. But it's a big document, and there's a lot of coordinated elements that go into it. So there will be more attention given to that. We did a public hearing about a sign variance at 2678 7th Avenue East and recommended denial for that. That was something that was addressed recently. Several different components associated with that. We did a site plan review for the Taco Bell on McKnight Road. I believe the council approved that site plan. We reviewed the capital improvement plan. Did a public hearing for, this is the sign ordinance related to electronic message boards. And a public hearing associated with that and a minor change to the sign ordinance. And then we did a public hearing for an amendment to the zoning ordinance related to state licensed facilities, residential facilities, in order to bring it into compliance with state statute. And then we did a public hearing for the preliminary plat across the street on Margaret Street. And that is pretty much the high points of what we did. I won't get into things like discussion of the zoning ordinance because we could talk all night about that.
Okay.
Any questions?
Well, first of all, thank you for your leadership there. I'm wondering, what does the Planning Commission look like? I think you've had some new folks and some folks leave.
3 new this month. Well, 2 days from now, there will be actually losing 1, gaining 3. So that will be a full complement for the Planning Commission. So that's kind of going to be a new experience for me personally. But it just means I have to remember people's names.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were very excited about the candidates when we sat down as a group. We had some really great candidates, and we have some really good talent on our Planning Commission.
Absolutely. Agreed. It'll be good.
Anything else? All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate it,
Thank
Patrick.
you to the council. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
too.
Appreciate the good work.
Thanks, Patrick.
All right. Next, consent agenda.
All right. So item A, December 19th, 2023 workshop minutes. Item B, December 19th, 2023 regular meeting minutes. Item C, general claims, $591,116.30. HRA claims of $351.72. Item E, History Cruisers Memorandum of Understanding between the Car Show and the City of North St. Paul for their 2024 show operation and dates. Item F, 2024 City Council appointments. Item G, 2024 annual resolutions for the Investment Committee, Official Depository, City Attorney Retainer, Legal Newspaper for Publications, and Acting Mayor. Item H, replacement of meter reading equipment at the water tower. Item I, Public Works surplus items. Item J, approve a donation from the North St. Paul Fire Department Relief Association.
Anybody like to pull any?
I'd like to pull item F, please.
F, okay. All right. Anything else? If not, can I get a motion to adopt the rest of the agenda?
So moved.
So moved, Councilmember Cole, second. Councilmember Wong? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Meeting open to the public.
Yep, open to the public. At 6:42, we have one, John Schmall. Happy New Year, John.
Non-committal.
You gotta get through the second before you're gonna commit?
Yes. John Schmall, 2750 Chisholm Avenue. A couple of items. First of all, minutes to the last meeting, open to the public. John Schmall expressed his frustration with the lack of updated information on the LexisNexis crime report. I am renewing my frustration. It's still not there. So evidently, we don't have any crime in this city. I can't understand why we can't get back onto that report. I just can't understand it. Also, it's surprising how maybe that 3 minutes or more can be brought down to a one line or one line with two added words. The person who lost the permit business had a very interesting presentation, of which it just says that he expressed his frustration with the decision to contract with Rum River Consulting. His main point is that the analysis of the fee schedule would have shown that his fees would in fact have been less. So that didn't make the cut. Wasn't interesting to whoever wrote the minutes, but didn't make the cut. And lastly, it has to do with the resolutions. I just realized that when you have the resolution information in the package that the resolution was passed, the resolution doesn't appear in the data that is accompanying the agenda. So in this last meetings, the resolution
with no numbers. The one that covered the non-levy budget, there were no numbers in that because the resolution hasn't been passed, so we can't have numbers. So what do we have in the minutes for this meeting is just that there was a number and the actual printed copy and the signed copy of the resolution isn't in the package. So you have to kind of go, I wonder where it is. Maybe that's procedures, that you never put the two together, that you have the resolution with a number on it and signed is not in the package. I would think it would be.
Okay. All right, thank you. Asking Brian to check into that. Yep. Thank you. All right, appreciate it. Anybody online? I remembered to ask. All right, thank you. Close the public meeting at 6:46. Thank you. I gotta get back.
All right, city business action items and recommendations. First up is the Burwald property conveyance. So this is the same information from last council meeting. What's new in here are the professional recommendations or comments from Timber Ghost Realty and also information that we got back from Ramsey County Assessor's Office. Just as a reminder, this item brought forward back on December 19th. The city owns property that bisects the parcels that comprise 2440 and 2550 Charles Street North and 2501 Henry Street North. The city's property is 50 feet wide, measures approximately 35,000 square feet or 0.8 acres. The city owns this property in fee, not as an easement or right-of-way dedication. It was acquired when the city became a city or a village back in 1887 as part of the plat for North St. Paul proper. City council has considered the conveyance of a portion of the property to Burwald Investment Company for $1 and the conveyance of the remaining portion of the property to Forest Wood Holdings. So we are looking for an approval resolution to approve the conveyance of real property.
Thank you. Anybody have anything to bring up?
Yeah, so it was my understanding that we tabled it to get an appraisal, but I'm not aware of one or see one in the documentation. But I do see 2 letters.
If I remember right, I think at the end he mentioned if you have a realtor, isn't that what Soren said at the end? If you get a couple realtors, is that correct?
The realtor, yep, and then the feedback that we got from Ramsey County Assessor's Office
Ramsey County
as well
Assessor.
was. Do you have anything to add on that, Jack? Or
Just to note that the letter from the Realtor, that's a Realtor in the employ of the Burwalds. And so would require a council finding basically an agreement rather than just pointing to that finding. You have to build your own independent record since that's someone in the employ of the other side of the transaction.
He's Burwald's realtor?
could you?
That's our understanding anyway. Is that not true?
That's not correct.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
No, that he's independent of this process.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just his professional opinion was asked for.
Okay.
He's in our St. Paul business, but he's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
There must have been a miscommunication somewhere. We were under the impression that that he had been hired by the Burwalds.
That was E.J. Rudd that did that work for them, not a realty company.
Okay.
Yep. The surveyor company.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm understanding that the appraisal would have cost us quite a bit of money, correct?
Probably a few grand.
And that what Soren had indicated was that it was sufficient to have what the realtor had indicated and the surveyor,
Ramsey County Assessor's Office.
and that was sufficient instead of paying the couple grand that would have been to have that piece of it wouldn't have been worth those dollars.
That's my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess, my, a little bit of a confusion, I suppose, is that there are 3 options with what the county said, and the one that seems the most applicable is not what we have. It refers to value for square footage as a base when using abutting parcels. So I guess I'm a little confused on why we didn't take, what the reason for that versus the other options.
I guess we were told that this would suffice by the city attorney.
Well, from the research or the looking at I was doing the last time too, is there's no access to that property. It's budding, but they can't get to it unless you go through somebody else's property. So there's no easement to be able to sell it because you can't get to it. So it's just a budding. He'd be the only interested party, is the way I read it, because he's the only one that have access to that spot. Does that sound the way?
That's correct.
Yeah, and I understand that is still applicable in that third option.
Yeah.
And so with that, I'm still a little bit confused on not having a value.
I guess I would say that the county provided sort of 3 potential options, and then it's been left to the discretion of city council on, what satisfies you, and that is a decision for you to make as a body.
In the real estate, the ghost one kind of goes along with that middle one as far as there's really no value because you can't get to it, so it kind of goes hand in hand with the appraisal up at the top is the way I see it.
Okay. Well, I'll just say that I feel uncomfortable without having a value because of potential audits and things like that, and just having records. So that's kind of where I'm at.
I hear you when you say that as well, because in discussion we've had with, the discussion with Soren regarding that was that the Timber Ghost email and what we received from Ramsey County was sufficient for audit, because there is no access, that there really, really is not a value to that piece of property. Am I understanding that wrong from last council?
No, that was the understanding.
Okay. Because I agree with you as for the documentation piece and audit, that if we were, what does it say to just give it? I mean, there does need to be some documentation, and that's where I had indicated to Soren, well, is this sufficient? And that was, to my understanding, the Timber Ghost email as well as the Ramsey County was sufficient enough to document and keep on file.
Want to put it up for a vote?
Sure.
Yeah, I think just from a procedural standpoint, I think it would be something of value for us to have this as a standard practice for all pieces of properties, and so I don't think that this is exempt from that.
Go for a vote?
Please.
Okay, I will. Vote on, once you read it one more time.
You bet. So this resolution is to approve the conveyance of the real property to Burwald Property, as well as Forest Wood Holdings, LLC, I believe they are, for $1.
Okay. Those in favor? Oh, you gotta bring it up first, don't we? Have a motion?
So moved.
So move. Thank you, Councilmember Cole. Second?
Second.
Councilmember Schwer. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against?
Nay.
Thank you.
All right, next item up for city business action items is item B, which is 2024 city council appointments.
All right. So I brought this up less on the appointments, more rather on the commission and committees list. I'm curious on what the standards or what the bylaws are around the Police Civil Service Commission. We don't often see openings or applications for that, so I'm just not quite sure what that role is and how it plays into the city.
Where is that reference?
I am on page 38 of 78 in the packet.
Thank you.
Boy.
Police Civil Service Commissions, is that the one?
Yes.
Okay. I have not, is this the original, I don't know how long ago it was formed, and are these the original members? Has it been 3 years? I am not sure in the details on that one. Oh, we can tell right there, I'm sorry, 22. So we got one that was due up, this is David Zick, looks like he's being renewed. It must be, it looks like it was from 22 to 24.
So these are
I'm digging for it.
2-year terms?
3 years, it says over on the, yeah, staggered, yeah.
36?
So you got 26, 25, and 24,
Sure.
but 24 is done. So I'm not sure, that's a good, do you see it yet? It's at the bottom, not the bottom, but the one right above the last grouping. Right above organizations and city, metro cities, it's above that one, the bottom.
38 of 78 in the packet.
Yeah, 30, I have 37 on my computer, so 37 of 77.
I'm sorry, what was your question, Lisa?
My question is, what is the process? Is it similar, or from the other commissions, I see that there's a difference in membership, but then also that's not something that we hear advertised or applications are open, so just trying to understand a little bit more.
I apologize, I don't know that off the top of my head. I would have to gather that information for you.
Okay. Is that, can you get back to on that, or do you have some more you want to go on?
And then my other question would be in regards to the Housing and Redevelopment Authority. Previously, we had discussed including maybe folks from maybe the Planning Commission to that as a potential, just to make sure that we are on the right track.
I don't remember that conversation. Was that had here at the council, or was that in
I believe so.
Jeez, I don't know that.
It was up for discussion. That's why, and I don't think we circled back around to it. So I'm just wondering.
Would that be like a non-voting? Because right now it's the HRA is the elected council. Would that be a non-voting position? Or I'm just talking out loud and what your thoughts were for it?
I mean, I think it's from like a zoning and like.
Yeah, I get what they would bring to the table. I just don't know what kind of a position.
Well, my understanding is if you're on one, you can't be on another. Is that correct?
That's one.
Attorney Jack?
See, we're already hitting you.
I'm not sure about that one. I'd have to look into it.
Sure. All right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
I mean, those were my, yeah, those
Well, thank
were
you.
my questions.
All right. And you'll look in, write notes over there, so I think we'll get answers on that. So we're gonna have to, do you feel we have to bring this to a vote? We don't have your information yet, or?
Are you just looking for the process as far as the police commission for like the bylaws? Like to see a copy of.
I'm trying to understand how people apply or become part of it, like any of the other commissions, and their role. But yeah,
Well, it's gonna be, we have to get these rolling for this month. Are you
sorry.
okay with voting the way it is now, and we look into it, because we got the commission starting this week? Go ahead.
Were you gonna add anything to that? Oh,
No, I
Oh, okay.
can pull the bylaws, but sorry, I can't talk about it intelligently right now.
Okay.
I mean, it would be my understanding that the Police Federation Commission would be the same as any other commission within North St. Paul. So that when somebody leaves planning, when somebody somebody's term is up for Park and Rec, EDA, you know, it's the mayor's discretion as to who would interview. It's the mayor's discretion to interview, and then he would make the appointments accordingly. And I believe that's in the bylaws. But great question. Then we got Jack at the end. He's busily working on things.
Well, and right now, unless they're new, I don't interview. If they're up for renewal, I've never been asked to do anything, so. I've only had new people that I've done. Anything?
I believe they're asked to renew, and if they choose to renew, they can, just like every other commission.
Yeah, the mayor doesn't get involved. The renewal, I've never done anything with, correct? It's only when we appoint a new person.
And the members that are on that commission are previous commission civil service members. So they were asked to renew, I believe, and then they probably renewed. It goes out to the department head to verify.
But their group would be the same as any other group. If there was an opening, the mayor would be involved in placing that opening.
As far as I know.
Okay. Guess the vote is to approve.
Yeah, and there aren't any new members on there. I mean, they're still through 2024.
Yep, 2020, yep. So we're good for that. So, can I get a motion do you want to read it again, or do you want to just vote? I think we all know what we're, to approve it.
Hold on.
So, the vote is to approve the members. Do I have can I get somebody to
Resolution.
move it?
City council appointments and
Yeah,
commissions.
city council appointments and commissions.
So moved.
So move, Councilmember Swear.
Second.
Second, Councilmember Cole. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Sorry.
I feel like a new kid at school today. What do we do?
First meeting of the new year. Congratulations. Welcome to your second term, the two of you.
Yeah.
Or their second year, I should say.
Right.
We had too long of a break. Maybe
wait.
the brains have starting to go. All right.
All right, next up is reports of city manager and departments. Staff meeting today, starting out the new year, removing the Christmas decorations already from downtown. With electric department, tree trimming, doing truck testing, which is annual testing that they do on their trucks for dielectric testing and mechanical soundness. The PD did pass their post test with that post board, so they're good for 5 years. ESST became effective as of the 1st of this year for the new sick and vacation time, or is it sick and safety time, they called it. Finance has the auditors here. They'll be here for a few days now, and then they'll be back February, March here time. Electric's getting ready for their inventory process. Got the auto pay up and running. Some feedback with the new fee for the credit card, but not too much. Unfortunately, we did some interviews for our mechanic, which we've been lacking one for a while. The person that we offered it to has decided to withdraw from his application from that, stay where he's at. The new building officials are starting now. They were here at the city hall today. We have them set up in a cubicle so they'll actually be spending time here when they're doing work for the city of North St. Paul, so that'll be good to have that. Fire did have a new record for a number of calls this year of 1,694 calls. Better read Carrie's note here.
Better.
Yes. Oh, that was just for the consent. So we already did that. And that's all I have for now. So.
All right, thank you. Yeah. All right, reports, commissions, committees. Councilmember Wong.
Arts and Culture meets tomorrow here at 6:30, and I think they'll be ready to kick off the new year. We're still looking for a youth commissioner and then one, I think, position as normal voting position as well. But yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Councilmember Schwer.
Parks and Recreation will meet here on Wednesday at the 24th at 6:30 in council chambers. I will add to this a volunteer and advocate for the Parks and Rec. Also, especially for the Southwood Nature Preserve, Kathy Trindle passed away before Christmas. Her advocacy for the conservation and especially Southwood will deeply be missed.
Yeah, thank you. Councilmember Cole.
Next EDA meeting will be held here in council chambers a week from today, Tuesday the 9th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Thank you. And I'm going to step in for our friend, Councilmember Norby, who's not here tonight. The Planning Commission has their meeting on Thursday here at City Hall. So get that on the record, too. Thank you. General business. Councilmember Cole, I think.
Councilmember.
Oh, jeez.
Where's the tick sheet?
I do not have anything but Happy New Year.
We'll start the new page for the year.
All right, whoever you are. I'm tired of.
Councilmember Schwer.
Thank you. I'm not going to do names anymore today. Thank you.
The original Councilmember Cole.
Yeah, please stand forward.
Has nothing to tonight either.
Oh, great. Thank you. Well, I wanted to bring up general business. Part of it is acting mayor. I wanted to thank Councilmember Wong for the wonderful job she did. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Councilmember Cole will be the acting mayor this year.
You're not allowed to be gone.
Yeah, I'm gone, but
Yeah, you already sent me your vacation.
I did some vacation, yes, vacation notice, but I just really want to thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm a little different than, I want everybody to have a chance because everybody looks and goes, this guy can do it, anybody can do it. So I want to prove it that somebody else may use the wrong name while I'm gone. So I'm not the only one that looks bad, so.
Pressure's on.
It's
Jim.
right. There we go. Cole, you better practice before the meeting to see if you can get it right. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you doing it. I appreciate you have done it. Thank you. And we'll be working our way through the list, so start practicing.
Good thing Norby's not here yet. Good.
You're next year.
Jason.
Thank you. All right, if there's nothing else, I thank everybody. Happy New Year, and ask for adjournment.
So moved.
I'll move. Councilmember Cole. Second.
Second.
Councilmember Wong. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We got to have bloopers.